Vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is an asexual method of plant reproduction from its leaves, roots, and stem. This can occur through fragmentation and regeneration of specific vegetative parts of plants. This process involves only a single plant, and the offspring that arises is identical both genetically and morphologically to the parent plant. Banana, sweet potato, cassava, pineapple are some of the vegetative propagation examples. In non-vascular plants, the vegetative reproductive structures are gemmae and spores, whereas in vascular plants, the roots, stems, leaves, and nodes are the vegetative propagation structures. Also, the meristem tissue in plants helps in the vegetative propagation. It has undifferentiated cells which divide. As a result, it paves the way for the growth of the plant. Also, from the meristem, specialized permanent tissues are formed. Specialized vegetative structures: runners, stolons, bulbs, corms, rhizomes, offshoots, stem tubers, tuberous roots, root suckers. There are two means by which a plant can asexually reproduce from its vegetative parts. First, fragmentation. Specific parts of a plant break either accidentally or naturally, and the detached part itself grows into a new plant. Regeneration. The tissue of plants are physiologically renewed or repaired and replaced with new healthy cells. Types of vegetative propagation. Different types of vegetative propagation include natural vegetative propagation. This occurs when plants grow and develop naturally without any human interference or external environment. Natural vegetative propagation begins naturally by means of adventitious roots. Thus, new plants may emerge from the roots, stem, and leaves of the parent plant. The vegetative plant structures arising from the stem are known as rhizomes, bulbs, runners, tubers, etc. Some of the common modes of natural vegetative propagation are: stem. Vegetative propagation occurs through stem when new plants arise from the nodes. Runners grow horizontally above the ground. The buds are formed at the nodes of the runners. The buds grow, which later develop the roots and shoots, resulting in the formation of a completely new plant. Example: cynodon, mint, etc. We can find stem tubers in plants like potatoes. This part is swollen apical part containing many nodes or eyes. Every eye has buds. New plants originate from these buds. Bulbs. The bulb is the round, swollen part of the underground stem to which leaves are attached. Within the bulb lies the organ of vegetative propagation. The center of the bulb contains an apical bud that produces leaves and flowers and grows into a new plant. The bulbs have a bud surrounded by layers of fleshy leaves. These leaves are capable of storing food. Shoots are developed from the lateral buds. Examples include onion, garlic, and tulips, etc. Roots. New plants emerge out of swollen, modified roots known as tubers. Buds are formed at the base of the stem. In fact, in some plant species, roots develop adventitious buds. These buds grow and form new plants or sprouts under the right conditions. These sprouts can be separated from the parent plant, and when planted in other areas, new plants are formed. Example: sweet potato and dahlia. Leaves. Plants have adventitious buds coming out from the notches of the leaves. Leaves of these plants get detached from the parent plant, fall off, and start growing again as a separate new plant. These buds develop into new plants. One of the best examples for leaf propagation is that of Bryophyllum and Begonia, etc. Artificial vegetative propagation. This is a type of vegetative propagation involving genetically modifying and growing a plant carried out by humans on the fields and laboratories. This involves preparing tests and solution to carry out the process of plant vegetative propagation artificially inside laboratories. The most common types of vegetative reproduction occurring artificially include tissue culture, grafting, layering, and cutting. Tissue culture. When natural conditions are not comfortable for a plant to grow, then this method is highly useful. With the help of a technician, the respective parts or cells of parts of a plant are segregated and cultured in a clinic to develop a new plant. This way, one can develop rare and extinct cases of plant species effectively. Potatoes and sugarcane are produced through tissue culture propagation. Grafting. This is an artificial method of propagation wherein a plant is first rooted deep into the ground. The cut part from another plant is attached and connected to the above stem. The tissue of both the rooted plant and the graft get interlinked and produce a new plant variant. Apples and pears grow by this means. Cutting. A part of the plant is cut and rooted in the soil, most commonly the leaf or stem. These cuttings are sometimes treated with hormones to induce root development. A new plant will develop out from these roots, which is called the adventitious roots. Roses grow by this method. Layering. In this, the stem of the plant is bent to the ground and covered with soil. The plant shoot tip will be under the ground. Adventitious roots emerge from the plant parts covered with soil, thus forming a new plant. This attached stem with developing root is known as layer. Honeysuckle, boxwood, wax myrtle are some of the examples of layering propagation.